everyone. How's it going? I am booting up chat, but from what I can see, it appears some of you guys are already here hanging out. I appreciate that. Yeah, start out with
here hanging out. I appreciate
crap. My bad. I have missed some things. Yes, I'm here now. Yeah, the cat was distracting me too, being so fucking adorable over in his little yeah. Just an adorable little guy. Okay, I think I have it. Hello and welcome everybody. Yeah, the boss is doing great over there. Enjoying his vacation time or whatever. Not exactly sure what he would call it. See, I'm gonna change my chat over to live chat real quick. There we go. Hello. Hopefully everyone's having a good one. So, somebody out there had a wonderful idea for a project that involved, and I've already done a kind of a prototype idea on one of these rings, but the size was off, so we're doing another one. And I'm doing green again. This will be the right hand pinky, I think, because then I'm going to go from on the right hand greenish to teal into blue to purple to red, or maybe it'll end on purple, I don't know, and then go into red all the way over to blue again over here. But we are starting. Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful one. And yeah, I shall begin by grabbing the 3 colored stones that I'm going to be using for this ring, which will be Savorite Garnet, Chrome Diopside, and Peridot. Let's go from a nice vibrant green, forest green, to more of a yellow green, and then these are like a lighter yellow green. And I will measure a few. It's a really cool idea, huh, Will? Does that sound about right, you think, on the spectrum colors? Oh, I guess to measure, I want the damn things on, huh? That might help. So 174, 163, 180, 65, 70. Okay, so about 170 there. Keel, we can do that. Chrome diopsides. Let me guess. They're going to be 1.8s. Because why wouldn't they be? Yep, 175, 177. That's okay. 1.8, basically. Will, I know what you mean about the vertical issue. 173. Fuck, I don't know what to do because I'm just not getting traction unless I'm doing this mode, which is the whole reason I'm like experimenting with it after getting, you know, breaking nearly 10,000 for 3 streams in a row. But I'm with you. I fucking hate this. YouTube don't care what we fucking think. Okay. Then I grab that's a 2. Oh, look at that. Perfect. The 2 that I need. Of course it won't. How does it... If you pop it up on the big screen, will you, like, give me some feedback on how that looks? I'm not expecting it to look fucking great, because, you know, why would YouTube do me a solid like that? But I don't know, hoping, I guess. Alright. So first, I need spacing. There I have spacing. Hello, hello. And I kind of want to, like, mark. Did refreshing help it? Okay, so first I want to mark my and these are basically the distance apart that each center drill will be, or hole will be drilled. Well, that's good at least. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hey, look at that. We want exactly one more. 9. 3, 3, and 3. I love it. Thank you for all those likes. I really appreciate that, guys. Oh, and then, so I don't forget. Alright, so next I mark the center. From both sides. Which actually, like, tells me exactly where I want to end up putting all of my, holes. I might have to do... Okay. I don't like drilling when I'm holding a piece in this, but it also makes it a little more like solid. Hey, Jerry. There's my gold solder. Oh, low battery protection. You know, I'll drill some holes and then I'll worry about my vape. Got a stack of gold stuff sitting next to me. Just waiting for solder right now. I think that'll make a really pretty ring for that, though. God, that is sparkly. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Real quick. Before I go any further, I want that. Yeah, perfect. Might be an extra hole, but it'll be all right. Oh, and I should remind people we still have the monthly members giveaway going on. And we'll probably be continuing to do those throughout the year. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. No, if you text me it won't blow up the stream right now. I'm running the stream off of my other phone while I, do this here. Dude, no wonder this is pissing you off. That would piss me off too. Wow, okay, Will. So, mine is set up where the chat at least shows up on the, on the screen, so it doesn't... do that stupidness that you just showed me. It cuts his screen in half, and so, like, that makes it a lot harder to do much with, because you just can't really see. I see why what he's saying there, though. Like, perhaps. Okay, before I get drilling, I do not feel comfortable drilling while my fingers are that fucking close to this. I kind of like my fingers, and I don't feel like putting holes in them like that, because it does not feel good. Let's just say been there, done that type of, shenanigan. Not enjoyable. So, we will do this. There. YouTube is just fucking evil. Hopefully that was a prime example of why I don't want my fingers anywhere near. So yeah, drilling pilot holes in metal. have been worse. I wonder if, I don't know, some AI would know an answer to this issue. Mokume Gane. And just please give me a fucking excuse to do some of that. I would love to do some of that. Again, I mean, I say I would love to, like I haven't gotten to, but I think I even have a small chunk of it sitting on my desk nearby. Maybe not that. Somewhere around I got, yeah. Yeah, Mokume Gane is some really, really pretty stuff. It's kind of expensive because it's really labor intensive. Even if I use like 10 karat gold, it gets a little costly. I could probably do one for under 800. With no stones. What size, Will? Because I might have one laying around that we could work something out on. Since it's already made. I'll have to find it, but... Hello and welcome. Yeah. Yeah, last time I did one of those rings, it took me like 20 hours or 25 hours. It was dumb. But it's so cool. Like, it's a fun process. It's just... Oh, yeah, there it is. So that's probably right around a size 7. However, I could use this piece, like I could cut it, stretch it out, make it longer. Like I could work this because it's a really thick ring, so we could figure it out. And that would be far cheaper than making one from scratch. Way cheaper. Okay, so next up I need like one of these. I feel like yeah, that'll be fine. Now, what size do you need it in, Will? I would guess this is probably around 250 as is, and you know, as starting billet, could work it from there. All right. Unless gold goes down. Okay. I need vape real quick. Ow. Okay. Sorry about that. So here I'm using a round burr to cut into the where I drilled the holes. I swear I need like a water cooling system for what I'm doing. Wait, am I missing something? All messages, perhaps? Oh, hi David. I'm sorry. I did miss something and I don't know why. I apologize for that. Or 11.5. Okay, so I could stretch this band out and make it like longer. Also, you might be lagging by 4 or 5 minutes. Unless that was you measuring for yourself. Hold up. Wait. Is this for you? Hold up. Stopping the stream. Will, is this ring for you? Like, you're going to wear this one? $100 for the medal. Okay, and then $100 for the fucking time. And show it off to all your buddies. And all the people you work with. Because, well, you have gotten a lot of jewelry from me. And I think this is the first piece that you've, like, inquired about that you wanted to wear. And that changes the whole calculation in my eyes. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop that. I know you don't wear it. You even said when you got the London Blue that it was, like, you loved it. It just wasn't, like, a piece that you would really wear. It's not your particular style, which is, fine. That's cool. I don't mind. Or that, you just don't wear jewelry. But if you're gonna wear a piece of jewelry, man, I'd do it. I make it. I feel like I just had a burr vanish into thin air somehow. But that would mean I'm hallucinating, and I can't be hallucinating. Oh, my bad. Who did I miss? Torch set, and I use an acetylene oxygen torch, and then, like, on Amazon you can find a knockoff little torch for like $50. Get yourself a set of flashback protectors, because otherwise you'll probably burn your whatever down, house, whatever. So yeah, flashback protectors and one of these little torches from Amazon work great. I use acetylene and oxygen. However, I guess you can actually hook it up to your natural gas somehow. That just isn't, like, necessarily my forte type thing. Huh. Well. Oh, that's why. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, next I'm using a setting burr. Absolutely. Thank you for asking, Iris. Thank you for stalling. because, you know. Also, I use propane, you know, torch that you can get from like Ace for $20. Just one of the handhelds. You screw it on top of a propane tank and go. Fucking hate when it does that, and I don't know why it does that. Yes, also a brulee torch can work. Actually, one of these and a brulee torch can go a really long way. Amex, I use both MAP and propane as well as, because, you know, in all fairness, I also got this puppy around for bigger projects or melting metal. And I used to have a brulee torch, but, like, I still got a small bottle of butane hiding underneath the table. I just don't have a brulee torch anymore for it. The kitchen torch, crack torch. Although I think that's a myth, I'm pretty sure nobody actually uses those for crack. I know I ain't never seen someone use one of those for that. Well, I'm going to have to interrogate you on that, because I wouldn't mind having something like that myself. I've also been considering hooking up the acetylene to our propane and getting a propane account with the city, or natural gas, because apparently you can use natural gas and oxygen just as effectively as I can use acetylene. 1 second. This thing's getting way, way too hot. Sometimes I have to just set it down onto a steel plate that I have to let it suck some of the heat out of it. And then dip the bottom part in water. Alright. One more. And then I can switch to a bigger burr. Alright. 2 more. I have to cut out 2 more. Yeah, when I see smoke coming up off of whatever it is I'm drilling out, that's a bad sign. Okay, now to go one size up. Although, before I do, I want to pull out a couple of stones to play with. Well, that's weird. I need a... Those are yellows. That's a ruby. Iris, I can relate to that. Alright, I'm gonna pull out some gorgeous savorites. And measure them real quick. And then I'll pull a couple of the chrome diopsides. And just in case I'm pulling a few extras of them. Wait. I'm sorry about that, Will. That's terrifying and aggravating. Alright, so real quick, I'm gonna looks like I might need to do a little bit of work on those, but that's alright. These will definitely have to cut out more. Okay, well, I'm gonna give this next one a go. Thank you for your patience to everyone who actually sat around while I did that part, because I know that's not everyone's favorite part. Actually, that part I still find a little confusing, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm gonna do 6 of them. Motherfucker. Alright, well, let us see if I can fit gems into all of these now. And for those of you at home wondering if you really did hear what you think you just heard, yes, you did. Apologies, it happens. Mm-hmm. And that appears to be spam call 443, 44. Been all day with them. I might have to widen that up a bit. Widen two of them out a bit. Yeah, widen two of them out. Okay, well. I'm gonna have to go hunt down some rocks here in a second. Okay, so I've got to go back to the smaller sized burr. This time I'm only going to worry about making sure that those last three that I did are going to fit. Who the fuck? Sorry, it felt like I literally had just said something about spam calls, and they call again, or someone else calls. Okay. Okay. Alright. Now I've got the seats cut out, and we can move on to the next step. Of course I would do that. Just throw the gems all over the fucking place. Why wouldn't I? I don't know that I got enough fucks to give to go hunting for them right now either. You know what? I'll hunt for them after the show. I really don't got enough fucks to give right now. I apologize. I just missed. Yeah, that's late. Exactly. Sorry about that, Will. Thank you for that. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, now I get it. I was like trying to decipher that for the last little bit. Like, wait, what is that? And then I was like, oh, it's because I said motherfucker. That's why. Okay, so the next part is I'm going to move the gems I still have in the container out of the fucking way. Going to adjust my method of speaking a little bit because I don't need to be dropping the F-bomb this much. I mean, we can have a little bit of, like, you know, self-control and thought. Okay. Now, I'm going to go for castle setting on this. And so I'm going to do it right. You know what? No. First things first, to doing this right, and I know this, is to run a little bit of abrasives over it so that it looks decent. Because one thing I'll have to do after this is, you know, the whole ring and make sure it's nice and polished and all that jazz. Hello, Sung. And I'm probably missing a bunch of stuff in the chat because my eyes are stuck in the microscope. I'm trying to focus. That is really hard to focus sometimes and keep track of chat, so I apologize. For neglecting chat. So it's really just the mobile app that is crap. Really, you can? Does it stay working when you catch up? Or does it get back to laggy mode? I'll go through and file that part later. Right now, I solely want where I'm about to do some carving to be polished up. I can polish everything else after the setting. But it really helps if you do a pre-polish in the area you're going to be doing engraving on, etc. It just looks better. I know it's slow, it's boring, I'm sorry. I'll get back to the more interesting parts here as soon as I can. Well, isn't the wheel, like, how many hours is the Wheel of Time right now? Because I would think with how those books are that it would be, like, stupid long. Not that I've actually read the Wheel of Time books yet. I might someday, just because they had Brandon Sanderson finish them. And he's kind of a favorite of mine. Alright, there we go. Thank you guys for your patience. I appreciate it. Back to our previously... It's long. Oh, damn. They canceled it? Really? Because that was like a very popular book. I mean, it's just as popular as the Cosmere. Alright, so I'm going to do what's called castle setting. Castle setting is where in these holes we cut the sides of the holes out and they dip down, and then we engrave a line in between. So I draw a line so I know where I'm going to with those marks. And then I zoom in with my microscope. Wait, I missed something. For service, and now I have mandatory ads I can't skip. Oh, are you talking about Amazon? Dude, I say BS. It's totally because of the fucking ads. It's the same way with Disney Plus. Like, I watched Andor, of course, because I had to see it. And then canceled Disney Plus again, and I straight up told them, like, I got Andor again for 2 months so I could watch Andor. I was considering keeping the service because of how good you did with Andor, but the ads made me decide against it. And of course, they'll ignore us. They don't give a fuck. Star Wars is the only thing I care enough about to use Disney Plus. Hello. I do not know how to pronounce. Is it Safaris? I like that, if it is. Alright. Now next, I need to see... No, it could not handle that. Wait, maybe it could, actually. But no, that's too much. Too much. Could a double a 2/0 work? No, I don't trust that either. Alright, I gotta pull out one of my... more insane blades. Give me a moment, please. 2 4/0. That should work. Sorry, I need the right size blade to do this part. Okay, maybe I'm going with a 6/0. I guess I need to get more of those too. Crap, I am really... Thank you! Alrighty, there we go. I got it. 6/0. Going to lock it into this thing real quick. Son of a bitch made Mulger. Excuse my language, yo. And so with this, what I'm going to do is saw right between the holes. I do not have a group WhatsApp. Heard that, Will. Although I would be happy to be in the ordering process of things more commonly. Need to get some labradorite and some stick agate, some moss agate. Grape agate, that would be a good one. fucking course you did. I've used this same blade like 10 or 15 times this way, so I'm really not shocked that just happened. I was just hoping it would not happen. Also, I'm kind of in a waste not, want not with these blades, because, you know, why waste? So, I'm going to shorten my saw so that I can keep using this blade for now, because yeah, there. It's not it's shorter now, but still. Well, I don't know that I could do this with a scroll saw. Like, this blade is probably 1/10 of a millimeter thick. I would take a scroll saw for some things, though. Without a doubt. It would make a lot of cutting that I do a lot easier, I have a feeling. Wait, what? No, I didn't do any auctions last week. There was barely anybody there, so you won it by default if you want. Okay. I don't mind going for that. Have a good one, Will. We'll catch you next time. Okay, and then I'm going to need to find a crouse bit which I am getting low on, apparently. Very low on. Okay, so from here, while I'm doing this, I have to, like, hold my breath. I probably don't have to, but I just do, because it feels like I need to. Alrighty. Real quick, I'm going to see what gemstones I can save. I don't really want to go hunting for those again. My little drawer, I can, like, tap the bottom of it and it will pop up any gemstones that are in it. And then if I get lucky, when they come back down, they'll land in a way where I see their color. Got some of them, and then well, I saved what I could. I will, yeah, I'll just have to do what I can on the rest. Okay, so next, I want all the things I just carved into the side of this to be polished, because once I put the stones in, those spots will be really difficult to get to, but they'll still be visible. And so I'm just going to use the bristle disc in there. And then another bristle disc. It won't be perfect, but it will be a lot better than if I did nothing at all. Hey, Treasure, thank you. Just spending a lot of time on the make sure it's as perfect as possible. And then I'm going to... Oh, wait. Alright, and so now my next step will be setting gemstones into this. And when I do that, they won't, or they'll have a little bit of mirror polish underneath. I'm sorry, Iris. I'm actually done with the drilling part. Well, the actual drilling part. Okay, so the next parts. Ring goes in there. Then I will need the setting tool thankfully, I've already done all my splitting on my prongs and stuff. So, all I really need is to make sure that I have the right beading tool for this next part. I have it, I believe. Okay, so my next task is getting the Savorites in. That works. That works. I need one more Savorite, since I decided to throw the ones I had all over the place. Yeah, polishing's the last part of it. So technically I won't be drilling, though it's not all that different from drilling. It's the same handpiece, all of that. Part of me thinks that I should get a different Savorite for that spot. And I'm going to play with that because I want this ring to be really nice. So I'll test another stone and just see, not that one. Nope. That's probably a better option. And And then I start pushing the prongs over. In a crisscross fashion. Being very careful not to let this slip, because while Saverites have a decent hardness, they will fracture if, you know, you have a pointy object that you accidentally smash into them. I've learned this the hard way. Setting them, this beating tool is like perfectly set up to break the shit out of Saverites. Or a lot of other stones. Nice. Up next, chrome diopsides. And I will need one more. I might. No, it'll work. Well, I say it'll work, but I'm going to cut these three a little deeper anyway, because they don't feel right. And always best to be, well, precise. Second here. Yeah, that's too big. Here nor there. You though. exact. Okay. Why, hello. Okay. I know I didn't do a whole lot there, but yep.